Broke out to Coffins and CT. Hobbit decided to play away from the new box off to the pillar instead. And Hobbit is able to peek out for one on Zip. It's starting to get a little worrying here for Astralis. They haven't made their way forward to the site, and as soon as they attempt to do so, shiro unleashes with the dual Berettas. It is Glaive left trying to pull back what he can. Maybe he can slip away with the bomb plant, but actually getting this round over the line would be incredible for the in-game leader. He switches out to the dualies. We know Glaive loves to play with these in the pistols lately. Can he get any impact? The time that he's taken has actually allowed Axel to come back up through Banana, so you've got another threat you've got to deal with that. And the problem is when you have no utility to assist you in a safe plant, you will likely just get taken out upon the immediate plant sound, and Axel swings to close it. Cloud9 with the first round. Fallen back, but with the utility still saved on the B side, with that molly going out, that's going to funnel them back into the A setup. And there's so many players here. nafany from the double. That's going to be Config and Farley down without any impact, and now really it's a last-ditch effort to try and get to the site. You've still got to get through Axel, and somehow they do it. flamie hits an important headshot, and nafany now looking to try and close it out on the site. He will deny the bomb plant, and there's limited time left here for flamie. He can no longer win this round, and nafany with a 4K. That is an incredible round from the in-game leader of Cloud9. Will be blinded by it, and so will the long player of nafany. Shiro gets overrun, and there's a gap now for Astralis to try and filter through. Hobbit's going to go through, but he hasn't heard. He hasn't heard somehow onto Config. No reaction from Hobbit. Luckily, his teammate of Axel doing as much as he can, but he was about to be pushed in from Library 2, and flamie comes out of balcony. Axel is doing his best, but goes into the open and exposes himself to the deagle. It is on to Inters in the 1 versus 2. He has no kid on his back. They have to try and figure out where Inters is, but Inters has done very well at just staying alive. You mention this all the time, Hawker. That's one of his specialities, is just staying alive and buying time for his teammates to get in some better positions. Even though he does that, it's not good enough here for Cloud9. They will not be able to hold the B bomb site. They're going to have to run away and save this one.
They're going right now because they're pressuring both sides of the map, and that means Shiro's done for.
All right, Config shreds through the AWPer on the Cloud9 side of things. An important showing so far for Config. flamie hitting the numbers too, but the commitment into the site is found here for Astralis. nafany was the last remaining player that could have done something about this, and Config turns up to the balcony. nafany extends out of it and goes down. 2 players here for Cloud9 left to the save yet again. CPH pulling a kill back on the other side of the map in the apartments. nafany down. The CPH is to commit forward. He would run into the AWP of Shiro. He thought the flash could negate that problem, but Shiro was quick to dodge it. Axel peeks out, looking to fight Glaive, but ended up actually taking Config down. But Glaive moves forward with a flash assist on Farley. Is able to take 2 kills and draw it back again to equal numbers. Farley looking for his first kill, but that one is a miss. That gives Hobbit a second chance at life in this round, and maybe a second chance at some impact.
Shiro's up on the retake, though. That's not going to be an easy weapon to use right now.
No utility, no kit.
Glaive holding. Hobbit sneaks in with the CZ. Now Shiro gets a peek into his crosshair, but as you were pointing out, the time's so low. I don't know if he can go for it anymore.
Yeah, just trying to run away at this point. Farley spotted up to short offensive, so that's pulling Shiro back, but he's not going to be there in time. It's more pressure on the rifles. nafany up in the balcony. It's a good kill from him. Axel assists from the pit, and Shiro gets there in time to get 1 kill back. It's down to 2, but the time is limited, and the Astralis have none left. They will have to call this off. And yeah, the decision to go back, you pointed out lack of nades, but also lack of time. You had to be perfect on those initial fights. See the bomb. He's going to see the bomb on the back of flamie. He is going to get the pick. Now the bomb is down, and that's panic stations for Astralis. They have to come back and try and pick it up. And in the meantime, Axel's got another kill. Finally, they hunt Axel down, but the damage is already done. It is already felt on the server. Astralis down to just 2 players with 30 seconds left. Glaive and CPH have to try and work their way onto the A bomb site. Hobbit is rotated over. There's another player here for Cloud9. If they try and come through long, they'll have to bypass the library, and Hobbit is waiting for them. He has just looked away at the wrong time, but he's coming back now. And this is going to be real tough. nafany spots out the long play. Hobbit's position should be strong enough to close it, and it will be 5 rounds for Cloud9. A lovely push a little bit later in the round there from Axel, and it's a sprint through CT, but you're going to have to commit into the A site with a limited time here, and you're still going to have to deal with Axel inside of the pit. It's a second kill for Axel in the round, and finally gets taken down by the rifle of flamie. Winters didn't get here in time to stop the bomb from actually darting towards the bomb site, and zywoo's deagle at range takes out Inters. Suddenly, this round on pistols is turned into the favor of Astralis. They're inside of the A side, and Hobbit has to make the retake work. flamie with a tight angle. Shots will start to land for Hobbit, softening up flamie, but he still hasn't taken him down, and he's fighting between two positions, and flamie will best him to give Astralis a 7th round.
And Cloud9 used basically all their utility in order to do that. They used a lot of utility down banana, a lot of incendiaries.
A little bit of config went around because he slowly peeked around the half wall, and that gave too much for Hobbit to get ready for the fight. And when eventually config does commit, he has a disadvantage, and the kill will go Cloud9's way. Over on the A side as well, glaive commits solo and goes down to Axel's rifle. Just 2 players left here in the form of flamie and zywoo. They will try to recover the round again.
Bomb will go down. There is a kit in play on Inters, so Cloud9 can afford to take a little more time. Seeing if he can maybe make an advanced move on banana. Now comes back to CT. He wants this early frag, and he's found it. Great shot onto Shiro.
Yeah, it's a kill for Shiro, picked up, no problem. flamie though, 4 kills found. Straight away, the rifle will break through them, and Cloud9 are feeling the wrath of flamie in these back-to-back rounds of 4K. And flamie will back away. Cloud9 were leaping into the retake attempt. They were leaping into the site, but now the recovery from zywoo and flamie once again. It looks so good for Cloud9 at the beginning of the round. It looked destined to be theirs.
He's been blinded, but he goes back into the orb of Farlig, and this time it's Farlig with some early impact.
Inters goes forward. It's 1 in top mid. Hobbit trades him out, and flamie is down. It's 3v3 established quite early on here. Astralis looking to push forward to 10. They've got the B site for the time being, so if Cloud9 are to win this round, they would have to mount a retake attempt into the B bomb site. Nafany is really far away from them, so his rotation will be slow back to B. Astralis yet to commit, though. The bomb is starting to walk a little further down, but it looks like it's just to line up a smoke. And it will come through from zywoo towards Coffins. Config leaps into the site because he realizes Hobbit's just moved forward. A nice 1 bullet to the brain. Hobbit down. Smoke at CT non-existent, but it doesn't matter because Farley's got the pick. And it's just Nafany, as I mentioned, was so far away. He's finally arriving over towards the B side, but to really have a say in doing much and closing out this round, it'll be an absolute miracle. Last round of the half, he must attempt it, but his attempts will likely be futile. Config looking to hunt him down, looking to close the half, and he will. 10 rounds for Astralis, a solid showing on the T side of Inferno.
They want the option for the flank. Hobbit checks it, clears it, and zywoo lands an early shot.
Glaive gets involved too. Nafany and Hobbit down. Config at the back of the site finally gets the kill he's been looking for. It's short-lived though. Celebrations won't be had as Shiro puts him in the ground. Astralis have 3 players gathered inside the banana. zywoo towards Ruins. Got to see something massive here from Cloud9. They want to fight Ruins. They do not feel good about putting the bomb down on the side because they realize banana is still a threat. And Shiro has got an incredible kill onto Glaive, a tap to the head. Drawing the numbers, still yes to the advantage of Astralis, but just 1 extra player on the CT side. Bomb will go down for Cloud9. Now there's a shot to try and close it, but with Shiro going down, all the pressure's on Axel, and he's unable to get it done. Farley and zywoo come in with the final kills. Astralis take the pistol in the second half. Config crosses and nearly goes down. Very lucky to be alive, but it does put more pressure on the players within the site here for Astralis. Glaive with the MP9 does well on the first. Farley helps him out, and the kills are going Astralis' way. 10 seconds left here for Cloud9. They need to get the kills in the site. flamie holding. Farley still alive inside of the site, and there's just not enough time. Hobbit will try to get the plant, and he will. Just about gets onto it. All of his teammates are going down. There wasn't enough time to mess around, and Hobbit makes sure that he gets the job done. But now it's looking to secure the round win. That is his goal, to take down flamie and zywoo and lock this one in for Cloud9. The force buy is so important. He has got the molly for the post plant. The stick not being had, but he doesn't know that. He now gets info upon the peak. just drawing the timeout, causing problems. And again, Molly in hand, but actually getting it out onto the site is going to be so difficult. zwywoo just holds it off. flamie with the defuse being stuck on 10 seconds. Will pull it through here for Astralis. 12 rounds as they survive the force buy scare. Oh, Axel. Oh, it's a lovely shot. Farleague is taken down towards zwywoo. Swings into the open and 2 kills, given to Cloud9 right away. That's the B side open and a save call likely here for Astralis. When you don't have a rotation anywhere near that B bomb site and the 2 defenders go down that quickly.
Anyway.
And moving their way forward, still being held back for the time being, but they look to climb over the top of zwywoo. In the first orange as Axel will go. Hobbit and Axel with the first couple of kills. zwywoo put in the ground after 1. And that's strong enough. That is going to be strong enough for the round for Cloud9. Inters was on the other side of the map, cutting off rotations, cutting off the reinforcements, and even he is successful. He should attempt it. Shiro blinded, forced away, and taken down. Config unleashed. Another kill from Glaive, but quickly, Cloud9 find 3 kills. nafany finally activated, and another kill from his rifle will be picked up. Farleague, the last remaining player, and as you pointed out at the beginning of this round, he finally got the AWP in his hands. Well, they haven't come anywhere near him. They've avoided him entirely, and he isn't going to be able to get back into this round. How ready is Axel for this? Not ready at all. And Config will eventually get his kill. A second picked up, but it's from the Molotov. zwywoo burns away Axel, and right away Astralis have a 2-man advantage, make it 3, with Glaive holding off the A side. Farleague misses the shot. The kill comes through for Hobbit. It's not out of hand just yet, but Glaive is definitely under a lot of pressure. If he goes down, this A site will fall, and now there's a big opportunity to turn this one around again for Cloud9. He cannot leave him out to dry. Glaive is under pressure. Flash comes in, it's actually Config, but zwywoo moves forward. A fantastic play to recover. 15 rounds for Astralis.
Cloud9 might want to see if they can go quick.
Well, Glaive is having a field day. Started the round with a first kill, doubles up onto nafany and Hobbit. And that should be enough now for Astralis to close this one out. A 5 versus 2. 45 seconds left. Config has the apartments. He's looking to cut off that mid-rotation if they were to come back. But Cloud9 stay committed towards B. The 4th player will start to join the Astralis setup over here. Smoking towards CT, but zwywoo and Glaive have doubled up within the site. Wherever you go here, Cloud9, it is not going to be easy to recover this one. flamie goes forward, the double kill to close it, and Astralis will take map number 1.
Timed nicely, this could be big damage.
Goes a little too deep, unfortunately. Now they hop out the window. Config, good for the first pick. Axel is down. There's significant forces here for Astralis to try and defend this B side, and the rotations are coming over to try and bolster it further. flamie holding strong, gets a double with the last bullet, connects on towards Inters. Shiro is out in the site, but his teammates coming out of the apartments now. nafany finally arrives, but there's so much that needs to be done here for Cloud9. They'd love to get rid of flamie, but it's not going to be that easy. He has the support network of Farleague and Glaive still standing strong, and nafany is pinned behind the van. They chase him down, they take him out, and Astralis will have the first round of Mirage.
Farleague. flamie, who will take the first fight. The top connector smoke favors him. Farleague just holding top mid. No utility against the AWP. Maybe they weren't ready for the snipers so soon.
Oh, Shiro getting one. flamie able to come through and trade right back onto Axel, keeping Astralis him here. Inters doesn't check him. Easy positioning there for zwywoo. And it's now Shiro with 40 seconds. He's very far away from the bomb, and he's now caught in the fight from top mid. Config's flank will get him the kill. 3-0 here from Astralis. If they play the CT side like this, it's going to be scary for Cloud9.
Make sure that the B split can't be coming through without them being spotted, and he's even got an early frag.
Lovely shot there from Farleague. Now that is going to be pressure on the B side. They're trying to get back here in time. Config goes down to the bench without a single kill, so that is a bit of a weakness here in the defense of Astralis. But luckily flamie has got here in time. Farleague's AWP also looking towards this way. And remember, the flank from Glaive is still coming through. flamie just needs to delay, and he's doing everything and more. flamie gets a double. Inters and Axel both go down, and it's just Shiro left. A nice shot on flamie, but 10 seconds, a lot more needed here for Shiro. And finally, that patient flank from Glaive will result in a kill, and 5 rounds for Astralis. Farleague sends the AWP over, but this is what Cloud9 can do sometimes. Finally, a bit of magic coming in from the individuals. Tech9 to the first kill, Deagle to the second, and a rifle into the hands of Axel. Cloud9 need to convert on this opportunity. They're trying to get into the A site. Config's got the AWP over here. He goes for the wall bang to try and deny the plant. It's not too far off, but the shots will not penetrate through on towards Shiro. And finally that one will, but it's not enough damage again to bring him down. Well, zywoo pushes through Palace. Glaive again alongside of him, but this time Inters is ready for it. Will he anticipate Glaive to be here too? They are being tentative in their approach, and Shiro has seen Glaive, takes him out with the AWP. And now is there an acceleration down into this A site from Palace? If they do go forward, they would have to deal with flamie, and he is good enough to take down Inters. Shiro now fixated upon him, but Config seeing just enough of Shiro extending around the corner to get the kill onto the Palace AWPer. Now it's just Axel left in a 1 versus 3. His teammates have all crumbled towards the A-sided attack. Axel at least gets an opportunity to bring down Farley. And he will open up a chance for himself into this clutch. 2 plays to bring down 2 heavy hitters. Config's AWP spotted crossing to the Underwood. Axel's going to try and molly him into the open. Config anticipates that and peeks with the AWP as the nade is in hand. 6 rounds for Astralis.
Back to smoke the flamie can peek above. They cannot deal with flamie in this position right now.
No, he's having an absolute monstrous performance right now. It's just frustrating here for Cloud9 to deal with all this Astralis utility. It's coming in at the right times. It's disrupting Cloud9 entirely, and they're just getting picked apart. Finally, some damage onto flamie, but it's not enough to bring down the Juggernaut. He's going to soak up that damage and maintain his position. 19 seconds left. Cloud9. nafany's throwing the bomb down. They can't even get anywhere near the site. Finally, Inters comes out from Palace, but it's to no avail, really. Shiro's nowhere near the site. Can't get it done. Cloud9 are just waiting around and getting picked apart, torn to shreds, and Config is chasing after Shiro with the AWP. Commits into mid. It's not a smart decision. It would take a lot of effort to get away with that. He gets 1 pick, goes down to Axel. Good trade there from Cloud9.
Bomb finally picked up, 30 seconds remaining. They're going to look to get up into window. Config still holding this.
Shiro's on 10 HP.
Where's the bomb going to go?
Config's going to catch out Hobbit. What it does, the bomb commit. Does it try and get up through short? Well, if it does, it has to get through zywoo, and it will do exactly that. Now that zywoo has gone down, a big opening into the B site. Shiro cuts off rotation. Config cannot get back to help out in the B offensive, and it is now going to be the save call for Astralis likely. But they do have a lot of money, so they could throw something at this, and Shiro's been caught by Farley. Glaive's pretty close to the B site too.
Farley is starting to move over. It could be Glaive who would have to go in first, though. The bomb is ticking. And now some noise made. I think Axel's attention drawn towards Glaive, but Glaive wins the fight.
And now they know where Inters is too. Farley, you have to go for this. A chance to get back into the site, but Inters, an important round, an important piece of impact delivered for him.
Not sure how to handle that. zywoo just about hits that spray. And now nafany might look to move into connector. Hobbit sneaking out onto A. Oh, the flash is good.
It's Glaive this time holding connector, not flamie. Glaive is going to do a good enough job. Hobbit comes over the stairway, looking to try and clear out connector, but Glaive intelligently has dropped back in towards jungle, but Config commits on top of Ticket. Shot rings out from Glaive, but an opening has been found for Cloud9 to commit into this A site. The jungle fight starting to go the way of Astralis, though. Hobbit is down, kills from Inters and Shiro are essential, but flamie comes out swinging for another pick. Once again, it is Inters who needs to get a 3K in the 1v1. Up against zywoo, goes to the clock and will lose his life. zywoo will best him this time. 10 rounds for Astralis.
zywoo is just going to start pushing through B now, so he'll start getting the information.
Oh, he checks Hobbit. He hard clears him, in fact, so Hobbit is down, and Cloud9 committing in towards the A site. A boost to put flamie up to watch the Palace extension. Sees ahead, crossing down below. That's Axel. It's pushed through towards CT now. flamie doing a bit of damage, sprinkling his opponents down low. zywoo on the quick rotation over, has been able to take out Axel upon the push through CT. And Cloud9 just down to 2 players, but at least the bomb is down. They have to try and close this one out. Shiro with an important kill removes zywoo and will maintain control of CT. Inters from default, fights out and catches out Config, putting it just down to Farley and flamie to try and get back in on this retake. And AWP is difficult to maneuver, so it's flamie that has to do the most of the heavy lifting. Luckily, he's used to that. He's taken out Inters. Shiro He's now left at CT. Smoke on towards the defuse. Farlig needs to get onto it now. He's found it. Shiro spray not connecting. Goes for the knife. He's missing it. And finally, on the final tick, will take away Farlig's life. The round will go Astralis' way. Coming out through the underpass. Pick on Shiro straight away to blame F. Second kill for Shiro. Axel will bring down Farley.
He's got assist on the board.
16 HP. That hasn't gone down yet, and this is solid from Cloud9. So Bex is going to get an opportunity to fight down short. It is one onto Hobbit. Gets a second here. The flash is good. Okay, now we start to worry a little bit because they are going to attempt this retake. And Astralis, if they bring down Axel to 2v2, Axel needs to get this first kill, and he will. Just Glaive left. Axel looks to close the half. Pretty strong. Might deal with the attack of Astralis coming his way. Bullets sprinkled into the chest of Glaive. There has one player already dropped into the side. It is flamie, and he's come away with a kill. Config has assisted him, and the smokes down short have allowed them into the site to consolidate control.
There was a kid available for Cloud9, and that shot from Hobbit will help out on the retake. Still playing patiently behind this smoke. They try and move in. It's just now fading. Farlig gonna go forwards.
He's looking for the pick for Astralis. He's got it. Axel is down and the pressure is starting to mount here for Cloud9 back into the retake attempt. Again, kid on the back here of Hobbit, but the time, it might not even be a factor here. Astralis looking to play for elimination in the pistol. Hobbit gets in, Shiro assists him, and it's just down to zywoo stuck up in the apartments. Kit on the back of Hobbit, sticking the defuse, and they get back in to win the pistol at the start of the second half. Well, they're coming back, and flamie does activate late in the round. It's Hobbit that's gone down. Shiro trying to draw attention back, but he's about to see so many targets come into his crosshair. He does well to at least get one, but as you would expect, he is overrun and overwhelmed, and nafany still yet to get his first kill. Looking to get it onto Glaive.
nafany, there he is. Kill on the board.
That's just going to do a whole lot. It takes a lot of pressure off. Not going to be 0 and 17. Not going to be 0 and 18. That's
He's
it.
going to get back to be in time too. Maybe he can have more impact.
Yeah, maybe he can with the rifle here. Glaive has taken down Inter, so nafany really does need to deliver some impact here. Looks down short. Unfortunately, will get taken out by the rifle. Config makes quick work of him. Shot will land on Axel. He's got over here, and the low HP of Config gets taken down to the scout. Maybe an opportunity here on zywoo as well. A kill from Hobbit's come through. Glaive is suddenly down. And at the 30-second mark, once again, an equilibrium established on the player count. And now Cloud9 heading into the advantage. Bomb loose. Farlig left on 30 HP. It's hard to see him get out of the apartments here. This is looking good for Cloud9 to pull around out of nowhere. Hops down, Farlig. Tries to signal that he hasn't dropped with the shots covering off the sound. It is down to Hobbit. 8 seconds left. He goes into the open. And he will take down Farlig. A round for Cloud9 taken when you really didn't see it coming.
It's window possession and nafany caught.
Just the worst timing there. Switching nades. nafany gets caught. MF brings him down. That's a huge open now in the defense. zywoo is cutting off the support network for Hobbit too, so he's really isolated in the A site. He's had enough of just sitting idle. Starts to move forward. zywoo cutting off his teammates. Getting the kill on Shiro. Hobbit under pressure from so many sides. Well distracted. Hobbit looks away and flamie executes his kill. And another one picked up. 3 for flamie charging forward. Axel spots the slight shoulder, the peek around from Farlig. The kill goes Cloud9's way first.
Great flash onto Shiro, but he somehow recovers. Axel there alongside him. That's much more like it for Cloud9. Good timing for Glaive. Gets one back. Config might get a chance for a fight. Shiro's so low on health. Needs to be very careful he doesn't give away anything further. Finally decides to fall back and play with his team.
Yeah, the problem is here for Config, he has to cross in front of the boxes to get the bomb back, so he's having a rough time. Everybody from Cloud9 has now moved in close to mid. Config spots out Axel, can't bring himself down to take out Shiro in the same maneuver, so just Glaive left inside of the A site, 17 seconds left. That mid-fight was essential to go Cloud9's way at the beginning of the round, and it did. Glaive will hit the deck, and that's another round for Cloud9. They will survive. Astralis right from the get-go here, and Config rips open nafany. 1 in 23 might be the scoreline that nafany finishes on here. Hobbit looks to try and pull the kill back through Palace. CPH holding for it. Hobbit goes and checks, but CPH will bring him down. And now Astralis. They're up 2 players and a missed shot from Shiro.
Just tucks back before Glaive comes in to try and trade him. Axel's got 1 kill of his own, but Astralis now realize it's time to group up. They've got so much utility. Shiro's the only player on A, and surely he's going to get smoked off here. Or at least flashed off this angle.
He gets flashed off the angle. Rendered ineffective. Tosses out the smoke in front of him. Axel doing as much as he can to keep his team in this round. 2 kills to draw it back, but he's down and out. He has to rely on the rest of his squad to get him through this. Shiro hits the deck to Farley, and now it is just inters between Astralis and a playoff appearance here in Cologne. Inters inside of the connector. It has felt like this has been coming for a long time. On Mirage, it has been a one-way street. Astralis have been dominant, Cloud9 have been absent. And now finally spotting Inters out. Glaive will take to the floor. And just falling at Blame F left. Inters comes over the top and Blame F will confirm it. Astralis